Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mentoring Matters. Hi, I'm your host, Mark Thompson, and I'm the coordinator for the Wicomico Mentoring Project at the Wicomico County Public Schools. And today I'm so excited. We're kicking off mentoring for this year. We've been on almost like a hiatus for the past year, but we're excited to get back and let everyone know that mentoring makes a difference. But I'm starting off this first episode of Mentoring Matters with a special guest that I've known throughout the years, and I want you to understand who this person is and how you too can make a difference. And I want to welcome to our studios Tashe Williams. Tashe, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me, Mark.
So Tashe, let's start from the beginning. How did you get involved with this program, Maryland Business Roundtable
for Education?
And can you tell us a little bit about it?
So basically, Maryland Business Roundtable for Education is it's starting off about the 30th year that they've been around up in the Baltimore area. And what happened was a few years back, they applied for and received a grant, and that was called the Next Generation Scholars Grant. So once they received that, they split that grant up into 5 different pieces. So to 5 different counties, Wicomico being one, Caroline being one, Kent, Dorchester, and Allegheny. And from there, that's where Next Generation Scholars came about. And I was finishing up doing an internship at Bennett High School, and one of a former Board of Education supervisor, Dave Harner, reached out to me and he said, hey, there's a position that I think you'd be really good for, working with young people, which is something I always wanted to do and which I had been doing years prior. And I reached out to Maryland Business Roundtable and Nona Carroll, and that's where it started 4 years ago.
Wow, that's incredible. Because you said 30 years. I remember it must have been 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I was involved with Maryland Business Roundtable, and I went into schools, and I think I was talking to students about education. Yeah. So tell us about what exactly are you looking for from the public, because we're trying to recruit mentors to come into our schools.
So when we do, what you were probably talking about is our Maryland Scholars Program, and that's from Maryland Business Roundtable for Education. So the Maryland Scholars Program is what we try to do is we have professionals, retired professionals come in and speak to some of these young people about what life looks like once you're done, right? Or once you're finished with high school, being prepared for college and career awareness, all of that stuff. So when we have people like you who went into those classrooms and spoke, that's what you were talking to them about that time. And you break everything down in regards to, okay, this is what your life could potentially look like if you went to college, or if you went into the military, or if you went into, whatever the case may be. So, and how we identify those people to come and volunteer is just, we have the Chamber of Commerce. So, just even like how we met, 4 or 5 years ago at Wicomico Middle School. So, you just kind of find those people, and, we have a person who runs the Maryland Scholars Division. Her name is Carrie Pinoni. She's up in Allegheny, but she kind of runs the whole thing for the state through Next Generation Scholars. But so yeah, it's like, there's no one way to recruit. We just try to do, just utilize all of our resources and word of mouth as well.
Wow. So let me go back a little bit, which is interesting. So right now, I know there's someone out there that wants to get involved, that really wants to engage with youth. Tell us about the steps. How would somebody who's sitting there watching this program, how would they get engaged?
So ours is a little bit different, unfortunately, than a lot of programs. So with our program, ours is exclusive to certain schools at this point. Now we're looking at potentially growing it and making it bigger, because the Next Generation Scholars Grant, that is a state grant. So we don't have like all the the resources that these bigger grants like these federal grants might have. So when we started this, we started it in 5 counties, and even more specifically out of certain high schools. So as of right now, Next Generation Scholars only exist in Wicomico County High School. When it started 4 years ago, it started in Wicomico Middle School and Wicomico High School, and we follow a cohort. When we started 4 years ago, the cohort was 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. And we just continue to follow that cohort until that last class of 2023 graduates, and then we'll hopefully start up the grant again, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
And when we talk about cohorts, sometimes people hear that term, and I know I was outside
Yeah.
education. A cohort is
It's
what?
basically a group of whatever, right? So our cohort, when I say cohort, I mean that's the group specific students that we work with. So our cohort is a cohort of 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. So that is the cohort, just the group, just the group of kids who we work with.
Okay. And so here you have a cohort. You have Wycomico High School, Y High.
Yep.
So someone that wants to get involved with this, you look for business leaders. What exactly are
We're
you
looking for a little bit of everything, and basically ours is almost exclusive to farm students. So farm, the acronym for free and reduced meals. So, it's all about, what can we do to provide these young people who may not have all the resources, what can we do through this grant to help provide them with those resources? So there's a lot of kids who want to be involved. Right now, so I have 10th, 11th, and 12th graders at Y High. And between those 3 grade levels, between that cohort of 10th, 11th, and 12th graders, I probably have about 500 students on my caseload.
On the farm list?
Yeah, on the farm list. So how much they choose or don't choose to be involved, there's not a whole bunch I can do about that. But we just try to open up different avenues because we understand that not every kid wants to go to college. And we're saying this is not just a college program. This is a college and career awareness program. So we don't just go to college trips. We go out into the community. We go to Delmarva Power. We go to the university. We go to the hospital. We take groups of kids to let them walk around and see all the outer working of that if they choose, like they want to go directly into the workforce. We've been over to the fire department. We've been over to the police department. So those students, once we identify them as farm students, they're basically automatically next generation scholar students, unless they can choose to opt out of the program.
Yeah. And I think sometimes, and people that are watching this show, they don't realize that we do have a population of students, especially here in Wycomico County. They haven't been exposed to everything. And what's so good about this program now, here's a child that is maybe in that, we say the farm, the free and reduced meals. Maybe they haven't been able to see different things.
Absolutely.
But now you're able to expose them and go out.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be talking to one
Yes.
of
Yes.
your students later on.
Yeah.
But again, I get back to someone who's out there, business leader, a doctor, lawyer, whatever they may be, whatever profession they may be. How would they contact you?
They can contact us directly through Maryland Business Roundtable of Education. So that's mbrt.org. And through there, they can reach out. All of our professionals are there. They can reach out directly to the counselors, the coordinators, but it would probably be a lot easier to go through the actual website, mbrt.org. And then they will put you in contact with, like I said, Carrie Pannoni, who kind of runs and oversees the entire thing for the state. And so once they do that, and if they're interested, Carrie, she is an incredible, teacher and leader in regards to that. So she knows everything that, a person would need to know about volunteering with Maryland Business Roundtable and our Maryland Scholars Program.
Okay, so it's mbrt.org.
mbrt.org.
And you can always reach me at the Wycomico County Board of Ed, and I'll have information for that. But again, let me ask you, what would be the time constraint? Because, I know I'm busy. People are so busy, and these leaders. What would be the time constraint if they signed up for Maryland
If
Business?
they signed up, they could do it at any time. We usually try to hold our Maryland Scholars sessions within the school year. A lot of coordinators, they try to do it before Christmas. Some of them do it within 2 or 3 weeks left during the school year. That's not as important as just getting the word out there and getting the volunteers. So yes, sign up can be anytime. What we do ask is that you go through a short training program. So you would come whatever district you want to you want to volunteer in. So if a person wanted to volunteer here in Wycomico County, they'd reach out to Carrie or they'd reach directly out to me. I'd let them know when the next training session would be. It's about a 2.5-hour training session. It's very simple and cut and dry because I think maybe if you remember going in there and speaking to those young people, they kind of like turn it over to you, right? You've been in front of young people, you've spoken with them before, and we're like, just, make it your own, do what you do. Obviously, this is something you're interested in and something that you're passionate about. So we like kind of take the reins off and say, hey, just do you, just go and talk to these young people.
And that's why I try to tell, if you're watching this, again, this is Mentoring Matters, and we're talking with Tashe Williams, Maryland Business Roundtable, and it's part of this, what I call mentoring a la carte. There's so many different aspects of mentoring that you can get involved with. And today we're talking about Maryland Business Roundtable. So you have a little training, about 2 hours. What's the commitment to a person that once they complete the training, how many times do they need to come into the schools?
We ask that you do at least 3 sessions per year. And 3 sessions would basically equal out to 3 hours. So not a lot. But we're asking for about 3 hours. So that's 3 different sessions. And if we have people who do, considerably more, we have people just doing what they can. We'll take whatever we can get. We, like you said, we understand people are busy, and to take that time off to dedicate, to something like that, it's not always easy to do, and we understand that. So, I have people who helped out in the past who she said, I can just do maybe 1, maybe 2 classes a year. And I'm like, that's great. Okay. Because if we get you doing that, and then we get 5, 6 other people doing that same thing, committing to those same things, then we're taking care of for the year.
Wow, that's incredible. Hey, this is your opportunity to step up, to be a mentor, and you can mentor through the Maryland Business Roundtable. Let me ask you, because I'm excited about this. I know you have to leave, and we're going to bring in a special guest. I think the student's name, Savannah?
Savannah Winton, yes.
Savannah Winton. Tell me just a little brief history about how she got involved.
So Savannah Winton, she was in our first class. So she was in that first group of cohorts as a 9th grader. So like I said, we started off 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. She was at Y High as a 9th grader. And this young lady, she has been involved from the very beginning. Just a very positive outlook, exceptionally bright young lady, realized that she wanted something more for herself. She, there's nothing wrong with, Salisbury, but she realized that she didn't want to be in Salisbury for her entire life. And she worked her tail off to get to where she is at that point. And we're so excited about her. We've had a great relationship with her. And, there was a couple of students who I had there, and they've just kind of followed me every step of the way. I used to bring them into my room, and they used to make signs and posters for me. And she was one of those kids, and so she is currently at Warwick. She's going to be there for, I believe, just the semester, and then she's already been accepted to McDaniels. So wow. So we're really excited about her, and like I said, when you meet her, she's a really, really neat young lady, and she's just very passionate and dedicated to achieving something, right? To doing more, and I think working with her, she seems like she's going to be the kind of person who's going to give back. Wow. She just has that spirit in her. Just a very caring, endearing young lady.
Well, I really appreciate you coming in and talking with us on this first edition of Mentoring Matters. I'm proud of you. I've seen you when you first came to this community, and you're staying with it. And again, we want you to join Maryland Business Roundtable, mbrt.org. Make sure you sign up today. Contact me at the board if you forget that one. But Tashe, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you
and
so
I
much.
can't wait to introduce our next guest, Savannah. We'll hear from a student's point of view of Maryland Business Roundtable. Hello, everybody. My name is Mark Thompson, and I am the coordinator for the Wicomico County Mentoring Project at the Wicomico County Public Schools. And I am so excited to be back hosting Mentoring Matters here at PAC 14. It's been a year, and we have almost had like a hiatus from mentoring. But now it's time to jumpstart and get back into mentoring, coming back into our schools and working with our young people, encouraging them and motivating them to do more and be more than they ever imagined before. And now's your opportunity to be a mentor. This Mentoring Matters episodes will be coming out monthly to encourage you and motivate you to be a mentor in our school system. I'll be bringing in special guests, young people that have been mentored, people who've been in the community who have been the mentor. And it's your opportunity now to be a mentor. Please call me at 410-677-4536. The number is 410-677-4536. Or email me at mthompso, that's MTHOMPSO, at wcboe.org to sign up to be a mentor. We've made it so easy for you. You can also sign up going on our website at www.wcboe.org. Look under the Student and Family Services tab and scroll down to Mentoring. Click on that tab and you will come to the Wycomico Mentoring Project website. If you scroll down, you'll see our application. Just click on that and you'll be able to fill out your electronic version of our application. It will be sent to myself in the school that you select. And then we'll contact you where you can become a mentor. Mentoring is easy. I call it a la carte mentoring. You can be a lunchtime mentor, come in at lunchtime to eat with some students. You can come in during the morning to be a breakfast bunch person. You can sign up to be a mentor, to be a one-on-one mentor with a student once a week. Or you can even sign up to be with big brothers and big sisters, that you'll be able to take children out into games or out in the community. Remember, Wycomico Mentoring Project is only during the school day in the school building for safety of our children. And you can also sign up for Maryland Business Roundtable to express to the young people how you became a business leader in our community. But it's so easy. We want you to sign up today. Be a mentor. It makes a difference. And now I'm so excited to welcome to our studio one of our outstanding students that you're going to love to hear from today. And I want to introduce Savannah Winton. Winton. I'm sorry, Savannah.
You're
we
fine.
Keep going over that name. Say it one more time.
Savannah Winton.
Mm-hmm. Well, welcome to PAC 14 and for Mentoring Matters. We're glad to have you today. Let's start with this, because you look very young. You look like you're in elementary school. Tell us where you are now.
I get that a lot. I'm actually at Warwick right now as a freshman.
A freshman at Warwick?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's incredible. So this is whole part of the Maryland Business Roundtable. And we just talked to Tashe Williams, and he was so excited about you, how you started. So let's tell our viewing audience, how did you get started with Maryland Business Roundtable?
Okay, so it was just, I was in class and a teacher was basically, she recommended the program to us, and all of us students we had paperwork to like read and stuff to know about the program, and I took a lot of interest in it because I felt that it would help me because I'm not really much of a traveler, and to be able to go to college tours and stuff and view the campus, it really helped me decide what I want to do and get to know more about colleges.
Wow, you said something. You said a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
That's what teachers, you make a difference. You really don't realize how much of a difference you make, but you really make a difference. So tell me, what grade were you in when that teacher came to you?
I was a freshman in high school.
Ninth grade.
Mm-hmm.
And then a teacher had this program,
mm-hmm.
and she saw something in you. So you said you weren't much of a traveler. What did you do? I mean, tell us a little bit about, like, you went to, what middle school did you go to?
I went to Salisbury Middle School.
Okay. And during Salisbury Middle School, were you thinking about college back in those days?
Yes, I always was. I just didn't know that much about it. And I'm honestly not going to lie, I didn't really do too much research because I was still young. So I was like, I got more time to learn that in high school.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you, looking back at your young self,
Mm-hmm.
what would you say to the young people today that were in middle school and going into ninth grade? What would you say to them and try to encourage them?
I would just say that you just have to take every day at a time. Don't let anything stress you out, because some kids tend to think that if you start like too late that you don't have like an opportunity to go anywhere, but it's never too late to start your journey on college or your career that you want to do. It's never too late.
Yeah, it's never too late.
But I would also say, as being young, it's better to know it more early on and ahead of the game so you know more information.
Wow. So in middle school, you went to Salisbury Middle, and
Mm-hmm.
then high school, you were at?
Wycomico High School.
Wycomico High School. So when you went in there, the teacher recommended this program. You said you didn't do much traveling. What would you see yourself later on in life? If you could say, like, after graduation and going to war, where do you want to see yourself?
I do want to see myself at a 4-year college, and I plan on having it be a college in Maryland because Maryland schools are really good, and all the college trips and colleges I went to over this past 4 years in high school, it was really nice. I liked them. So
That is good. So why did you pick Warwick?
I picked Warwick because I felt as though it was a good start, a really fresh start, and it's like simple, and it's really good to be able to do a community college first before you get into like a real bigger school with more kids and more things going on. So I wanted that fresh start of kind of like a practice run, so I'll be prepared for a bigger school.
For bigger school. And I know Warwick's, I think their motto is start here, go anywhere. So starting here at Warwick, what do you want to be after school?
I plan on my major being theater, so I plan on being an actress.
An actress? What would make you want to be an actress?
Because it's just something that I've always been a part of me. I just love acting. I love being a different character. I love changing roles and stuff like that. So it's always been a part of me. I got a great personality.
You do. I can feel that right now. So again, this is Mentoring Matters. My name is Mark Thompson, your host, and we're talking today with Savannah, which is part of Maryland Business Roundtables. Wanted to show you how you can make a difference in a young person's life. And speaking about that, going back to that teacher that recommended you, if that teacher never said anything to you, where do you think you would be?
Honestly, I probably wouldn't have been in the program, so I probably wouldn't have been on the college trips and got to learn that much about it. I honestly would have been in guidance a lot more, trying to learn more about college things, which guidance is kind of, they have a lot to do, so they're not always on time or when you need them to be when it comes to talking about colleges and transcripts and stuff like that.
So I think what you're saying is, and guidance counselors in the schools are important, but it really takes some self-determination from a student to do something like what you did.
Yeah, it takes your own motivation, your own determination to get up and go do it and ask questions, figure out information so you can have the better knowledge.
Well, let me ask you, now, as a young person, and I see a lot of young people, and they surround themselves with people who really don't support them. What would be your support group? Who motivates you? Who encourages you?
My mom. My mom really does support me. She is my everything. She's always there when I need her to talk about something, even though she might not know as much because she hasn't been in school in a really long time. It's like she's still there to give me that wise knowledge that I need. So she's always there, even when she's not there.
Wow.
So.
And that's important. Thank you for giving your mom a shout out.
No problem.
Because sometimes parents, and that's what I think Maryland Business Roundtable is so special, and being mentors is so special, it exposes young people to something that they may not ordinarily know or had in their backgrounds. So now you're at Warwick, you want to go to four-year college. I hate to ask this question, but does that mean you want to leave the Eastern Shore?
Maybe, just a little bit.
So I know a lot of young people say there's nothing here for them, but how do you look at your life and going through the middle school and high school? What would you say to that young person who's out there not sure what they want to do or saying that there's nothing here that Salisbury offers? What would you tell them?
I would tell them that, yeah, they might have been born and raised here, but they have to take a lot more information and do like resources and go out of their way to learn more because Salisbury does have a lot more to offer than people think. So.
And for you in the school system, what is one thing that you would tell them? Again, I'm going back to because now I'm putting you as a mentor, and you're going to mentor a young person. What would you tell them to encourage them?
I would just tell them to never give up. The process can be very stressful. You can feel like you're doing a lot of work, like you're interviewing for a job or something or trying to get that job, but you just have to take it one day at a time, keep going, practice, have your resources, talk to people that can help you, and the more and more information you learn from your resources, the more and more you'll have. You'll be better.
Yeah, you'll be a good mentor one day.
Thank you.
So let me ask you, so with Maryland Business Roundtable, they took you on college tours. What else did they do?
We did like activities and stuff like that, and we also had speakers from the college tell us why their college was good and why you should come here and things like that.
So I won't put you on the spot. Have you picked one yet?
No, not really. That's kind of another reason why I'm at Warwick, because it'll still give me a little bit of time to figure out what college I want to pick in Maryland. But I do have a college in mind, and I believe next semester, I am going to McDaniel's College.
McDaniel. Wow, that's a good college. That's a good college. Let me ask you, and this is a problem with all young people, and even myself when I was going through financial aid.
Yes.
What, looking back now, have you made some mistakes about what you should have done, or has Maryland Business Roundtable helped with this? Tell us about your process with financial aid right now.
Financial aid is actually going good for me. It is a long process because it can really get stressful. You can get upset. You can be overwhelmed. But like I said, when you have the resources like Mr. Tashe and I had Miss Heather, because they're a part of the program, they helped me a lot. I went to their office a lot to work on work, get information, learn about the financial aid thing, and it really helped me understand it a lot more and be able to get it helped me for my school, so I knew that I couldn't pay for it out of pocket.
Wow. So what I'm hearing from you is do not be afraid to ask.
Yes.
And talk to people. Wow,
that is a really big thing. Communication is everything.
That's incredible. So you're a freshman at Warwick, so you have one more year.
Yes.
Then you'll leave. So I'm going to project you already out. You finished at McDaniel. What type of theater do you want to get into?
All types. I could see myself on Broadway. I could see myself really on the big stages. I'm also a triple threat actually because I sing and dance.
A triple. Some people have all the gifts. So you sing, dance,
and act.
And act. Is there someone that you pattern yourself after?
I would say for actor wise, Jim Carrey is my favorite actor, and Martin Lawrence.
Are you funny?
Yes. Watching them, yeah, I've always been. I can crack a couple jokes. I don't know right now. I can't be put on the spot, but...
Yeah, okay, that's fine. And they may not be, they're good. I know. But let me ask you, so how important is it? Again, we're talking about mentoring. How important is it for a young person to have a mentor in their life?
Because it will help them keep them focused and make sure they're on the right path and checking up on them to make sure that they're doing everything that they either said they're going to do or that they necessarily need to do to make sure that they succeed in whatever career that they choose.
Wow. You heard it from Savannah here. And again, this is Mentoring Matters. We're kicking off our Jumpstart to Mentoring this year. We've been away for about a year due to the pandemic, but it's time now for you to get back into the schools to mentor a young person like Savannah, be part of Maryland Business Roundtable. So we're encouraging, if you're out there watching this, sign up today for mentoring with the Wicomico Mentoring Project. You can contact me at the Wicomico County Public Schools. My email will be at the bottom. It's mthompson, and I know it's mthompson. We use the first eight letters of our name. People always want to put an N, but please drop the N, but it's mthompson at wcboe.org. You can also call me at 410-677-4536. And we want you to sign up to be a mentor. It's very easy. We call it mentoring a la carte, meaning you can sign up to come in for breakfast, you can come in for lunch, to have a lunch bunch group. You can do one-on-one mentoring with a student. You can even do group settings. You can sign up for Big Brothers and Big Sisters, which I support Big Brothers and Big Sisters for taking children maybe to baseball games outside of the school day. Or you can sign up for Maryland Business Roundtable. There's so much you can do with mentoring a la carte with the Wicomico Mentoring Project. But again, I'm just so excited here to be able to talk with a student that's been successful in Wicomico County Schools. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think that's it.
I think that's it. I don't think this is it. I can see a bright future for you and looking for you on Broadway. Okay, I'm going to really project this out now.
Okay.
You've gone through school. You went through McDaniel. You graduated with honors. You got that job in New York or on Broadway, and now you're accepting the Tony Award. And you're standing there, and they just called your name, Savannah, Outstanding Actress of the Year, and you got that Tony Award. What would you say?
I believe I would just thank all the people who's been there for me, like Mr. Tashe, Miss Heather, my mom, family members, etc. And I would just thank them for how much they helped me grow, become a better person, my mature ways, and me just becoming the successful woman that I am today.
Wow. And if you want to get your name called You need to be a mentor so then one day a student will stand on stage wherever they are and they can recognize you. Savannah, it's been such a pleasure meeting you today, and I just cannot wait to see what you become. There's a bright future for you, young lady.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us for another edition of Mentoring Matters. We're going to be doing this as often as we can. If you know a story, please contact me, Mark Thompson at Wycomico County Public Schools. But once again, this is Mark Thompson signing off saying, mentoring makes a difference.